my brief, knowledge about LinkedIn and how you can utilize it, how you can make it your tool in terms of positioning yourself for jobs or for maybe professional connections. All right. Um, yeah, so I'm going to actually join with my laptop so that I can share my screen, but I'm still going to be here. Okay. I'm trying to. Yeah, so on this screen, I have my LinkedIn open. This is my profile, yeah. So on LinkedIn, one thing that is very, very important is keeping your profile up to date. All right. So if you watch professionals on LinkedIn, they take LinkedIn as their CV, okay? So more like their resume, they keep it updated on anything and everything that is happening on their professional lives, okay? So the first thing you want to always keep updated is your work experiences. So if you look down here, you see that anywhere or everywhere that I've worked is basically updated here on LinkedIn. Maybe on a weekly, on a daily basis, anytime I just sign up for a new job, even if it's contract, even if it's freelancing, right? So it's basically updated on my LinkedIn because since it is a professional profile, you need to keep it updated as if it is your resume also, right? So another important thing is which is actually first is you need to use a professional photos when it comes to your LinkedIn profile. So this might not be very professional, but then it clearly shows my face, right? It clearly shows uh, my body here. So you need to go to maybe a store, a photographic store, and then take a professional looking photo, headshot like this, and use it as your profile. It is very important that you have a professional photo on there. Okay, because since it is a professional network, it's you are only going to try to attract professional people, right? So for you to do that, you need a photo that is very, very professional, right? And then another thing that is very important is the profile behind you, like this background photo here. Okay, so it should be a brand of yourself, right? It should be a summary or a photo that clearly defines your brand. So if you are a software engineer or if you are maybe a writer or something, the background image here should define that. It might not clearly spelled out writing, right? But then you should have some form of writing attributed to it. So I'm just going to open somebody's else phone. Then I'm going to show you here. So you see this lady here, you see what she puts on her background. She says, I help business drive sales through the roof with persuasive content. So with that, you can clearly see that she is a content writer, right? So that's what this background here does for you. On my own, you can clearly notice that I have this particular app that basically connects, connect content writers. It helps you to store your content in one place and stuff. So you can clearly see that it defines a brand. So that's the same thing you should do for yourself if you are a writer or if you are a software engineer. The background on LinkedIn should clearly define that aside from your photo, right? Or aside from the things that you write here. This background is very important because when someone opens your LinkedIn profile, that is going to be like the second thing they are going to see mostly because it is a picture, and everyone knows that a picture speaks louder than 1,000 words. Okay, so are we following?
Yes, yes, yes.
I
Yes,
like
we are
to
with you, sir.
I like to ask that question so that.
It's very important.
So the next thing is, and this is also very important. This one is a good summary. So you need to be very articulative when you are writing your summary. Like what you see here, I basically said, okay, I'm a full stack software engineer, which basically defines my brand, which defines who I am. and then I state the few softwares that I know I am good in. So when I say Node.js, I can basically mention a whole lot on Node.js, but then Node.js covers it all. So I have to just list Node.js here, right? So, and then I said Laravel here. So Laravel basically is one framework out of PHP. So I don't know a lot of frameworks in PHP. So I had to just mention Laravel. And then Laravel states that I also know PHP, right? And then I state Vue.js and Nuxt.js, which is the front-end frameworks that I use. All right, so this basically just define me as a full stack developer because I have back-end here and then I have front-end here, right? So that's why I have to say I'm a full stack engineer. And then this is what I do for companies. So if you look at, if you want to hire me, you have to, know what I need to do for you. So I say here, I work with companies to build innovative softwares. And then when you ask me, for example, I can tell you a lot about what innovative software is all about. And then at the same time, I can also help you create technical content, right? That helps you power your technical content marketing. So I can do these two things, right? And that is what I've just stated here in a very simple term, right? So you need to have a professional summary of your brand because you as a LinkedIn personnel, you are creating a brand for yourself, right? So you need to summarize what your brand does in a simple words like this that is going to enter this summary. It is very important that you create yourself a very good summary. Let me look at this girl again and see what she did. Okay, so if you're looking at it here, you can see that she says that she will help whosoever that wants to connect with her mesmerize your target audience with simple yet enticing words that would yield 100% results. So from there, you already notice what she would do for your company if you hire her, right? So people that want to hire writers, basically what they want is, content that is going to produce results. And she's here telling you that she's going to give you 100% results from her content. All right. So from there, you might even be interested, in connecting with her and getting to talk with her more about what you want. And then aside from, doing this for content, right, she also helps students take their first step towards research writing. So that simply means that she mentors people on writing. Sorry. She mentors people on writing, and students are also welcome to connect with her. Okay, so at the same time, she's proudly a physiotherapist, all this medical field. So you see, in just a summary, she has summarized her brand. She has given you 3 points or 3 things that she will do for you, or so you can basically pick anyone that you want, and then you can connect with her based on that. So that is a very good professional summary, and it's very needed for your brand. You need to generate one. You need to, tell companies what you will do for them with a result. Okay, so you need to show them a result of whatever you will do. For me here, I said I build innovative softwares. So I can decide to build any type of software, right? But then I choose to build sorry, I choose to build innovative software. So softwares that are what? Software that are unique, software that are innovative, and all of that. So I'm giving you a result even while you are looking at my professional summary here. And then another thing here, I said I create content, technical content here that powers your technical content marketing. So anybody that wants to create technical content, the first thing that they are thinking about is how to power their technical content marketing efforts, right? How to make it grow, how to create more content that readers are going to read, readers are going to enjoy, and all of that. So I'm here telling you that I'm going to help you with that technical content that is going to help you power that your efforts and stuff. So with this professional summary, you already see the end result of what you will get if you connect with me or if you hire me, right? So this is very, very important. All right. So another one is you need to use keywords with intent. So when you want to write summary, you need to include the keywords that you want to be known for, right? So here I want to be known as a full stack software, and yeah, I have to include that here. And then I also need to be known as a technical writer, so I also have to include technical content, which is related to technical writing here. Okay, so if, for example, this summary here does not, your summary does not include the keywords. We have about us here. Uh, where is that? Sorry, I'm trying to get this. I think LinkedIn has about where you can add more information about yourself. Okay, so yeah, I can see that here. So here, okay, so you can add your keyword. Sorry, you can add your keywords here. Like you can see here, I said I'm a software developer, right? And then I get towards building high performance and innovative products, following all the practices and stuff. I also write, and here I also try to list out the tools that I use. So anyone searching on LinkedIn about these tools, I might likely show up because I use these keywords on my profile. Okay, so you also need to do something like this so that you are searchable and so that you are findable, right? So that's the reason why you need to include these different keywords, the things that you basically do on your profile. Okay. So another important thing is you need to add a shiny new content, sorry, section on your LinkedIn. So LinkedIn basically gives you room to add different sections to your profile. So you can come here and say add section if you look at it. So here you can see different things that you can add. You can add educational, sorry, you can add education, which is very important also. So you add your education, the different places that you have taken courses, their certificate, if you are given certificate online or not. So you just add everything here just to show that you have an experience or expert knowledge about a particular field, right? You can also add positions, which is, I think, is the experiences, which is also very important. You can add career break if you want. So you can add different skills. So I basically added a lot. So let's go over them one after the other. The first thing is feature. So feature is very important when it comes to LinkedIn because when people visit your profile, they either want to see what you do and then they want to see when you have done those things, right? Or where you have done those things. First of all, I'm telling them here that I am a software engineer, right? And I help them do this and do that. So where have I done it? So if you look at other feature here, you can see that I'm included my startup, which is Contenta, and I'm here, I'm pinning this post telling them, okay, Contenta just celebrated 100 users. So as a software engineer, I have built this product, right? And then as a software engineer also, I have built another product, which is, mastering backend, where backend engineers, learn and stuff. So I'm showing them what I have done under this feature. And then as a technical writer, what have I done? I have written, a lot of articles. So if you open here more, you will see the articles that I've written if I have not removed them because yeah. So you can add, different things that you have done that basically qualifies you as what you listed on the professional summary that you provided. Okay. Yeah, so features is very important. It helps you create credibility. People have to know that these things that you have listed above here are something that you have done and this is where you've done them. Okay. So then the next important thing is experiences, like I've said earlier. So everything that you do, anywhere that you've done it, you need to include it as your experience. So if you look through, I have about 22 experiences in places that I've worked, places that I have, whatever I've done is included here, both as a technical writer, because I said I was a technical writer, right? Because I help them, create technical content that powers their whatever. So if they look at my experience, they're already seeing that I'm a technical writer. I've done that for different companies, right? So also as a full stack engineer, okay, what have I got for myself? You can also look at my experiences and see that I've worked as a full stack engineer in a company before. I have also created two of my companies. So with this, you are now seeing that whatever I said on my professional summary is basically true because I've done that in my experiences before. Okay, so you also include your educations. All right, so I have here my education. I think National Open University and Abia State, Oliri, I've done this educational qualification. So you include all of that there. So under education, you can also include your certificates, like the ones you get from Udemy, the one you get from Coursera, or the one you are currently doing now with Extended Africa. So it's also acceptable. You can include all that here. And then you also include your licenses and certificates. I don't know, my nose is kind of blocked, maybe from too much sleep. All right. You can include your licenses and certificates here. It's very important that you show these credibilities. So I've included JavaScript with test done, a lot, and I also have 13 licenses and certificates. Yeah. So another important place is your volunteering. So it's very important that you add where you have done, humanitarian work. People, companies like it that way, so that they see that you do other things aside from work. So you can also include all of that here. I think I've spoken in about 3 events, so I've included everything here. I have about 5 volunteering experiences. So I have to include everything about me, professional setting, everything in LinkedIn, so that anybody that comes will basically identify my type of person, right? So if I am best fit for them, and then they dropped into my inbox, right? So aside from adding all these different things, another important thing that you need is you need to seek for endorsements, right? So look at people that are in your network. If you are a software engineer, right, look at people that are in your network, software engineers, CTOs that basically relate to what you're doing, and seek for them to endorse you in your skill. So if you have worked with a colleague before, if you have worked with a company before, so ask them to endorse you if they're on LinkedIn. If they are willing, they are going to do that, which is it's very important that you have endorsement. So endorsement basically tells anybody that is looking at your LinkedIn profile that this person is skilled in a particular skill set, right? And it is not just by words; it is by other people endorsing you on that particular skill set. So it tells your recruiters that different persons have endorsed this guy, that this guy is very good with, for example, web development. Okay, so I think I don't know, I have a lot of endorsement there. So you need to seek out people to endorse you. You don't need you can ask people to endorse you on LinkedIn. So just look for a way, be friendly with people and ask them to endorse you on whatever skill that you're trying to do, which is very, 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 very important, please. Okay. So another thing is recommendation. This is also very important. People want to see testimony of the things that you have done. All right. So if you say that you're a technical writer, how many people actually, rate you as a technical writer? What did they say about your past jobs? And all these different credibility aspects. So you need to also seek out, if you do any job for a client, you need to ask them to recommend you or endorse you on LinkedIn. And if they are willing, they are going to do that. So I've gotten I think I've received 4 recommendations so far, which makes it good. And if you read, you can basically um, delete anyone that you don't like, or ask them to change it or something. So you can do all that. So I've received 4 good ones so far. Okay, so there's a lot you can add on LinkedIn. In fact, everything that you do can be added on LinkedIn, like the publications that you have done. I think I've written about 4 books, right? So I've included them under my publication, and then I own this publication on Medium, so I also show them here. So you can add anything, everything that relates to your professional setting. Okay, so I've taken this course, I've taken this course, I've taken that course, so they are all included here. So in terms of projects, I've built these projects, I've built that projects, and they are all what included here. I've not really added the new ones that I've built. I will, but then these are the projects that I've built. And in my languages, I can speak all these languages. Okay, so for now, this is the things that you can add to your LinkedIn to make it stand out. And then another important thing is to connect with people. All right. So you can't just you know, create LinkedIn and add all these things and see people connecting with you, you need to first reach out to people in your network and tell them, okay, this is what I do, and I would like to connect with you. I would like to learn more from you and stuff. So once you have enough connections, then the next thing is you start, asking them to maybe recommend you and stuff like that, because you have already built some form of friendship with them by chatting with them over time. Okay, so that is it in terms of building your LinkedIn profile. Another thing that is very important that keeps you engaged is, if you want to have engagement on LinkedIn, right? You want people to get to see you, you want people to get to know you, you need to be putting out content out there, right? You need to share what you do every single day. So even if you are learning something, you need to pass it out there. I'm currently learning this, and this is what I've done, this is what I've done. So that is how you draw engagement. That is how you get yourself engaged on LinkedIn, and people reach out to you based on your engagement. So if you look at my LinkedIn, I think almost every day I share something. I think last 2 days, I shared this on top 5 front-end frameworks, right? The next 2 days I shared this week with Contenta. The next, so almost like every time there is something of value, there is content of value that is being shared on my LinkedIn profile. So this basically helps me with engagement. So when people likes your profile on LinkedIn, it is being shared on their profile. So for example, if someone likes this top 5 front end, all their members or everybody on their network is going to likely see it. It's going to come on their timeline as something that they liked. Okay, so that is why you need to be creating resourceful and valuable content on LinkedIn. Whatever you do, just share it on LinkedIn is very necessary. Okay, so with these different engagement tactics, I think I have landed jobs on LinkedIn. Like, let me show you. Yeah, so this technical writing role that I'm currently on, I think if you look at here, LinkedIn helped me for that. Okay, and yeah, another one, this one that I landed in Germany, LinkedIn also helped me with that. So there is a lot. If you try to look, this technical content manager job, yeah, LinkedIn also helped me for that. So LinkedIn has helped me a lot with getting job. And if you also look, I have a lot of people reaching out to me on LinkedIn. This one says there's a job opportunity for senior technical role. That was August 3rd. I am currently on the interview process. And another one, this girl reached out to me. She said there's a full stack developer role. You see? So the things that I say I do on my professional summary, that is what people are reaching out to me for. And that was July 29. I am currently still on the interview process. I think today is one of the interviews. Okay, so there's a lot of people reaching out to me, for job and for collaboration, simply because of two things. One, my LinkedIn profile is updated to show that this is what I offer, and then I post content or I share engagement content that relates to the two things that I offer. Okay, so if you want to drive engagement, you need to post content that relates to what you offer on LinkedIn. Okay, so yeah, I didn't plan to take much of your time because I didn't really write any of this down. I'm just sharing the things that I have. So I don't know if you have any question. I will be very glad to answer at the moment.
Thank you very much, sir. I have a question. I don't know if I can go ahead now.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, please.
So, let me just drop a little background of myself. Like, I've done a lot of things. I was formerly a main stack developer around 2020. I've done product management. I've done a project and that. I've done a project management course. I still do illustration. I currently am, as I'm doing this internship with Extend Africa, I am running up my internship with Design Pal as a brand designer. I am doing a data analysis. Right? So I'm doing so many things. Now, based on what you've told us, we need to like optimize our LinkedIn to show maybe a skill that now I can't put everything on my LinkedIn. It makes me look stupid, even if I am doing equal effort. as well. So how would you like go ahead? I do put
Yeah.
everything actively as
No,
well.
no. It's it's see, you can't really put everything on LinkedIn because yeah, that creates noise and it doesn't really position you as an expert in any field. So what I would advise is simple. You just basically pick one that you are going to do for a long time. So that's how I see. Just pick one that interests you, that you know it, you can do it, you can share content on it, useful content on it, and you can donate with something that you like to do, something that is good for you, or something that you want to do long time, right? And then put it on LinkedIn there. And under skill, you can basically list all the different skill sets that you have, right? And yeah, so you can, like, you see what I do here. You see what I do here under about. I list a lot of other things that I think I use. So I say, tools that tune the words to contain other skills that you do professionally, and then you list everything out here. But your main skill should be spelled out. Your main skill should be the top of your LinkedIn, okay, and it should be the kind of content that you put out, okay. So you have to pick. There's no two ways about it. You have to choose one in these different career paths and make one your main career path. Like as I'm talking to you, I am a full stack engineer. That's what I do mainly. But technical writing is just something I do by the side, and that is not really spelled out the much. Okay, that's why I have to add this. I'm making it spell out. Everything I do, this comes first because that is my main area. All right. So I don't know if that answered your question. It left for you to pick one. You really, really have to choose one thing and show the linking people that that is one thing that you are good at. Okay?
All
All
right,
right.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other question, please? Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you. We really appreciate for making out time from your busy schedule to be with us today, to also educate us on LinkedIn and how to position us to for recruiters to actually meet up with us. We really say thank you. And yeah, guys, is there anything you want to say to Solomon?
Um, Thank you for your time. Like I appreciate this a lot because I know people pay for this sort of stuff and we're getting it for free. So I'm very, very appreciative of this.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, of course, this is recorded. If you want to revert to it, as usual, the video is going to be on YouTube. And Solomon also send you a link to it as well. Um,
All right. Awesome. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You're already seeing my name there.
yeah.
Or I don't know how to share this to you
Yeah,
guys.
just drop it in the chat.
Okay. Oh, all right. So that's it. So, guys, I wish you luck with your training, and I wish you luck also in your careers. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much again. We really appreciate more. God bless you, man.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah.